Hello and welcome. This is rooflemonger. My friends, we have a pleasant surprise for you today as we have a Tekken 8 gameplay trailer for Kazuya. Kazuya, Tekken's resident antagonist slash main character. Normally the villain's not the main character, but well, Tekken's a little bit different, I guess. But yeah, we got some new things here. It looks like the old boy's picking up a few new tricks in Tekken 8, and as well, it looks like perhaps some of the core system mechanics may be changing up as well, just a little bit. So why not just break down everything in the trailer and go through it step by step. So let's rewind back to the beginning and start at the start. So first off, we open with a bunch of chains. That's like the whole motif of Tekken 8, chains everywhere, because chains also looks like an 8, right? And Kazuya is the cold-blooded oppressor, and fair enough. Going by what little we know of the story of Tekken 8, Kazuya is out to take over the world. So oppressor, I guess that definitely fits the bill. We got his new look here, looks fantastic. I love the detail on his jacket. His new intro pose is, well, the old meme. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You've probably seen this one before. It originally comes from a Tekken 7 poster, and now, well, it's graduated into the main game itself. And Kazuya, well, he's just as sassy and sour as he's ever been. And now we pop right into the gameplay, and immediately we see some fairly decent changes. So out of the gate, we see Kazuya going for his 1-2-2. For reference, this is it in Tekken 7. The thing that's different here is he's canceling out of the final hit into something else. The ability to cancel 1-2-2 is not something he can do in other Tekkens. It is something Heihachi can do, I believe, but not him. So perhaps he's inheriting part of Papa's moveset. After going for the fake out cancel, he goes for what appears to be sidestep 3. This is the move once again here in Tekken 7 for reference. But yeah, just out of the gate, start of the trailer, it looks like Kazuya has a whole layer of tricky stuff now with fake outs and feints. And old dog learning new tricks here. Hell Sweep has a new interaction, it looks like. Normally Hell Sweep, you only get the two options. Either you can go for the second sweep or you can go for the punch follow-up. This new move here, it looks like the kick he gets off his misstep, the wave dash. So could be a high, could be duckable, but still, new interactions always welcome, especially on classic moves. And here, because they didn't make it obvious enough in the Nina trailer, and when I covered the Nina trailer, I didn't point it out, so my bad. But yes, you can sidestep moves in Tekken 8, of course you can. Now, how good will stepping be? Hopefully better than other games, especially considering how strong offense seemingly is in this game. But yeah, so sidesteps are there, don't worry. And also, it looks like Kazuya might have a new sidestep attack with this giant layup punch. Just cranks the opponent and sends them flying. Next up, we got this entire sequence and a lot of interesting things happen here. Electrics, yes, but everything else, a bit different. So, Kazuya punishes Jin's kicks with the Electric Wind God Fist. Everyone loves the electrics and the effect looks great. Really deep purples, looks really nasty. Kazuya fans, you're gonna love it, right? And then we do the misstep 1. This is the uppercut from his wave dash, right? And some stuff's pretty different here. I'd like you to pay close attention to the opponent getting hit. So we have a bit of a spin state here, which is nothing new. On juggle, the wave dash 1, the uppercut, will create that exact same effect. The differences here is there's a bit of a particle effect, like a wind spin effect, if you will, when the opponent gets hit. And much more importantly, the enemy is bound on hit. Their back hits the ground with their feet up in the air, and you can continue the combo after the fact. If you go back, say, Tekken 7, the example you're seeing, there is no possible combo follow-up after that spin state. And this spin state you will see multiple times in this trailer as well, to the point where I almost wonder if it's gonna replace the screw state, otherwise known as tailspin. I don't know. We've never seen a screw juggle at all in Tekken 8, at least from the modern footage. The very original semi story mode trailer, we saw it there, but that is the only place we've seen it since. So who knows for sure, but as we can tell, things are changing. This definitely ain't Tekken 7. That in mind, so after that bound state, when they flip, Kazuya keeps the combo going, and he does back to 1 into lasers, eye lasers, just like, you know, Devil Kazuya, except he's not in devil form. and back to 1 as well. In Tekken 7, after a launcher that does cause tailspin, and it does not here. So is tailspin gone? Is it changed to this weird flip state? I don't know, but once again, things are definitely different. Things are changing. And here we get another combo example against the wall this time. And once again, things are changing up fairly differently. Not the least of which the string at the end with this cool like power explosion at the end. So first up we have wall rising 2 into either wall rising 1-2 or down forward 1-2. And either way it doesn't matter because it creates that new spin state that we saw earlier, right? And regardless if it's wall rising or down forward 1-2, either way, in Tekken 7, it don't work that way. It doesn't create any screw state or anything. It just juggles like a regular hit. So once again, as far as we can tell, the juggle game in Tekken seems to be changing just a little bit. This state will splat against the wall though, leaves them pretty high up, so it's handy for combos. And then Kazuya basically just strings them down to the ground. And once again here, this ender with the big explosion, I dig it a lot. This is really cool stuff. And now we start switching gears a bit to the Devil Kazuya part of the trailer. Devil form seems to be a very integral part of the moveset now for sure. Because biggest change out of the gate is it's not tied to rage anymore. Seemingly, it seems to be part of the heat system now. If Kazuya is in heat mode, seemingly that means he is always in devil mode with all the associated devil moves and powers. Like here, he gets the counter hit with down forward 2. Then he does a heat burst, so entering heat with an attack, bounds the enemy and combos from it. And we do know that certain characters have certain unique properties that are only available while in heat mode, and for Kazuya obviously being in devil mode is one of those deals. But like this combo, so that's a 3-1, he step cancels, and then goes for the wave dash 3, but then has a laser follow-up, which normally I'm assuming won't be possible outside of heat mode. And then here we have another incredible sequence of events. So we see the heat dash, which we've seen before, and something extra special out of Kazuya, because this looks like a Paul move. If anything, this looks like a Paul's demo man, the way he trips him up and then juggles him after the fact. So he starts all this with the Devil forward 2. This is a move we can't do normally outside of Devil state. With the follow-up, this would be a heat dash, not a heat engager, because he's already in the heat state, and I know the heat jargon is very complex, and please forgive me for that. There's a video explaining the whole heat system linked at the end of this video, so check that out if you could. So after doing the heat dash, he would be doing a heat smash, which is effectively like the rage drive in Tekken 7. This is the demo man sort of looking move. And at the absolute tail end of this, you can see that heat state's about to go away because using a heat smash automatically uses all your heat energy and ends the heat state. Besides your rage art, this is basically your big super move in a way, so it ends your current advantage of the heat state. Next up, we got even more nonsense here. There's just so much going on in this trailer. So the first bit, I think, is back 1+2. I'm not a Kazuya main, I'm sorry. And this would be the heat engager because he didn't start in the devil state here. So that means the dash afterwards is effectively free. And he goes in, has the advantage, and does this big explosion move. It's not a move I remember Kazuya having anyways. It reminds me of like Nightmare from Soul Calibur because he definitely armors through Jin's kick and just goes right through it and blasts him on the other end of it. In our next combo sequence, we get another fun set of interesting possibilities. So we're using the heat system. As you can see, there was a heat dash, and we get a bit of a follow-up into the Heaven's Gate Ender. This is the famous move where he sweeps you up and then slams you back down. So starting up, it's down forward 1-2, and then we do a heat dash to follow up, and then it's down forward 3-2-1. But here's the thing. So yeah, we combo after it. That's great, but in Tekken 7, ain't none of this gonna work. Like we can juggle down forward 3-2-1, and then it's just a regular knockdown. Ain't nothing, eh? Nothing's happening. No Heaven Gate follow-up for sure. So what's making this go exactly? Well, as we've went over a few times in the video already now, our new spin state that leaves the opponent in a bound. That's the reason that Kazuya is able to get the follow-up at all. So once again, it appears that juggle stuff in Tekken 8 might be fundamentally different than how you might recall it. There's still a lot of particulars and a lot of details we just don't know, but whatever this new state is definitely going to be very, very important. And to close out, of course, we got to end with the big cinematic supers, right? So Kazuya's rage art. You better believe he's gonna go in the devil state. That's where the money is made, right? And it's laser time. Just big old explosions. Runs in on you to follow up with a Captain Kirk style Mega Fist. And then delivering just one nasty hell of a kick to you. Exploding with all sorts of devil energy. And, well, that's it. So we get a look at the win pose here. Kind of classic in a lot of ways. Just holding you up with a lot of disgust in his face. And that's the Kazuya trailer. So, at bare minimum, it's fun to get these trailers. I thought it was going to be a while before we got any new Tekken 8 footage. We definitely can see that Kazuya has some new tricks. They're enhancing what the characters already have, with the fact that he has like 1-2 feint cancels, all that kind of stuff. Lets him be tricky in a way he never really was before. Get another very strong idea of the heat system, because the heat turns Kazuya in the devil mode, right? So, that means you're going to want to do heat as much as possible to get all the cool devil mode powers and tricks and moves. In the older video they did a little bit ago, they're talking about how heat mode, they want to emphasize a lot of the character's unique points. And going in the devil mode is definitely Kazuya's unique point for sure. And definitely got a couple questions about how the combo system is going to work with the new kind of flip combo state that ends in the bound. Is the screw/tail spin state just gone? Like, once again, it was in an older trailer, but it's not been shown since. Is it maybe something to curtail combos not going as far, so there's not as much wall carry? I honestly just don't know. There's a lot of questions on that front. But it's new, so I'll leave you guys to make your own assumptions on that. You know, post in the comments below and all that stuff, right? But yeah, Tekken 8 looking good. If we got a Kazuya trailer, we had the name trailer not long ago, that means hopefully we have King, Paul, Law, Jack, all that kind of stuff. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more trailers. But otherwise, well, that's about it. And that's all the footage I got for you today, my friends. So that's the end of the video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well. And go out and play some Tekken.